What's going on, guys? Necromancer Noob with the Remnant 2 video, and in today's video we'll be talking about this little relic right here called the Lifeless Heart. Now this relic had a big change this update, completely reworking or at least taking away all the healing from it, which completely ruined one of my other builds, the Infinity Healer. And I think to the majority of the community the question is, doesn't this make this relic completely useless now? Which brings us to where we are now, which is this relic any good? Now I will cut it sweet and simple. Just about any other relic at this point is better than the Lifeless Heart. But with that being said, I wanted to put my noggin to the test and see if I can make a build worth anything, really. So here's what I came up with. I used this build on Apocalypse and the Forgotten Kingdom DLC, and well, it's a fun build, I'll put it at that. If you want, make sure to leave a like, consider subscribing. We have many more Remnant builds on the way, along with other gaming videos, and don't forget to leave a comment on whether it's the relic, build, what you want to see in the future, but let's get started. Relic, and you get 20 uses. I know there's a few amulets and rings that fall under relic usage, so I wanted to use those. For the amulet, I'm using the Ankh of Power. A 15% increase to all damage, and consuming a relic increases the bonus to 25% for 15 seconds. It'll let us use our 20 relic charges to our utmost potential. Now for the rings, I think there are two that are mandatory, and that is Jewel of the Beholden and Darksea Armada Crest. Jewel of the Beholden on relic use increases mod damage by 15% for 15 seconds, and Darksea Armada Crest on relic use increases all elemental damage by 15% for 15 seconds. Like I said, guys, we want to use the Lifeless Heart to our full potential because we're trying to center everything around this, and like I said, we get 20 charges, so the best way to use this is to use something that involves consuming a relic to give you an extra bonus, which is any of these rings here. Now for the other two rings, I'm using Bloodless King's Vow, gaining 4% range damage dealt as a lifesteal, one of the newer rings in the Forgotten Kingdom DLC. For the final ring, we're going to be using the Encrypted Ring. Using a mod regenerates 20% of max health over 10 seconds, can stack up to 30 seconds. We get no health from our relics, so we want to make sure that we have some way to receive health. Now for classes, the Invoker class goes well with the elemental damage and a great skill, the Way of Kuula. Now I think you can go either way, but for the second class, I use the Archon with Havoc form or Engineer with the Flame Turret. I think Archon fits the build a bit more with the two rings centered around mod usage, not to mention boosting mod damage and Archon's Relic perk giving us 100 mod power for each usage. For the weapons, I think you can pick and choose from a few options, but Monolith is a great addition from the Forgotten Kingdom DLC with bonus damage and elemental damage. I also added Fetid Wounds on there for an extra elemental damage boost. And for our secondary or our handgun slot, we are going to be using the Enigma with Spirit Healer. We get so many mod charges with the Enigma, and Spirit Healer gives us health each time we use a mod, along with our ring going very well hand in hand. In the final touches to our build, we are going to be adding the Mythic mod damage, Mythic skill damage, and Mythic range damage relic fragments to our Lifeless Heart. All of these are just going to add that extra oomph to our damage and our boost, just hopefully giving us a lot more damage to go along with everything. Traits, I have Gifted maxed out, Flashcaster maxed out, Regrowth, Triage, Vigor, Amplitude, and Siphoner all maxed out. I also have 5 points in each of the other ones, which are going to be Untouchable, Fortify, Spirit, Expertise, Recovery, Bark Skin, Fitness, and Glutton. For the most part, we really just want the Regrowth, Triage, Vigor, Amplitude, Siphoner, and those ones maxed out. The other ones are kind of a toss-up of what you want to put on there, so I'll just let you be the judge of that. To finish up this build, we are going to be throwing the Root Water on there. It regenerates 1 health per second, lasts 60 minutes, and will stay in effect after death. With everything said and done, I offer you the Visionary Spirit of Power, as the game likes to call it, but with this, I'm just going to be calling it the Lifeless Build. And like I said, guys, this is a build just trying to utilize the Lifeless Heart. There are better relics out there. I'm sure these rings can be better utilized for something else, but you know you can use this build still. Like I said, I used it in Apocalypse for the DLC. It's a fun build, damage is decent, and it's fun to eat a heart for a damage boost instead of healing you. It's a very aggressive build, and you have to be confident in dodging or making sure you can dish out as much damage given to you right back to them. I'll let some gameplay do the rest of the talking, but just because this relic looks worth it doesn't mean it's not viable or it can't be used. I will see you guys in a future video. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.
What's going on, guys? Necromancer Noob. I just wanted to add some commentary and notes as I saw fit as this was going on. Like I said, this is a build trying to utilize the Lifeless Heart, which I think people are just completely taken out of the picture. Like, this is unusable, this is the worst relic in the world, which it may be the worst relic, but doesn't mean you can't use it. I mean, it's kind of a gimmicky use at that. I'm not sure if this damage boost is even worth the relic use to be used in that purpose. But like I said, it's a lot harder said than done, because it is hard to remember to pop a relic before you attack, if that makes sense. I mean, a lot of times you're using it when you get down on health, a lot of times you're using it for other purposes. It's just very weird to use it specifically for attacking. So there is that. I mean, after this boss fight, I think I only used it about 3 times, so I don't know. Comment down below what you think of this. Of course, it's just kind of a gimmicky build, but that being said, I mean, did the world boss on Apocalypse, so there's that. But comment down below if you want to see crazier builds, even like more wacky builds. I mean, you know, I think there's a lot of like DPS and just damaging builds, and I think, you know, we need to showcase some of these crazier builds, right?